Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network.
TFG Football is an IVM production, and you can also check out their other awesome shows like the On Course Podcast, a show where they help you to tackle various questions related to abroad studies, like which university to choose or how to navigate the application process.
You're listening to TFG Football.
4 more days to go for India to play Macau, and the squad has been announced. We will get into those details a bit later, but just to give you a heads up, 6 under 23 players have been included in the squad that's heading to Macau. And apart from that news, we've got news from CFL. Things are spicing up over there, and also there is an ISL signing that we'll be talking about. Plus CFL, yes, I think we should start about CFL first. Chiranjit, what's happening in CFL? Is it getting too popular?
Yeah, it's getting apparently too popular, man. People cannot handle the crowd anymore. And I told you on the very first day when I went to Mohan Bagan ground, I just got up in the half time and I was looking outside and I saw like about 2,000 people still queued up outside. They wanted to get in, but there was no way to get in because the ground was already full.
But Chiranjit, is it only for weekend games or is it something that
No. This is for every game, every single time. And the last game happened on Sunday, and there were about 5,000 people who did not get in. So more than 22,000 people managed to get in, and the capacity allowed that. But 5,000 people were still outside in Mohan Bagan ground. So they cannot control the crowd anymore. They were trying to push through, and there were some scuffles between the horse-mounted police and the fans. So there was a meeting that took place between police and Mohan Bagan people, and they decided on a few things. First off is that for the first time in years, that a club in India has decided that 5 minutes before kickoff, they will close all gates.
Okay.
Yeah. So see, this is even in ISL, you see people coming in at halftime, and we have also had instances where I think it happened in FC Goa. It was well documented that after the game started, they opened up the gates and they sent out people to just call whoever was inside the stadium. So here it's completely opposite. It's a local league game, and they are shutting down all gates 5 minutes before kickoff, and then we have this idea that they're going to open up the rampart section, which is behind one of the goalposts where there is no concrete gallery yet. Mm-hmm. So they're going to maybe build a temporary structure there for people to sit later on. But for now, it's going to be open to the public. There's going to be only standing room only situation. So some people who did not get a chance to sit down on the gallery will be able to stand behind the goalkeeper's post and just beyond the fence and watch the game from there. And it is going crazy because with every passing day, the interest is actually going up and not coming down. And the ratings for CFL have been so good that Kolkata TV had originally agreed to show 36 games or something like that live. Mm-hmm. But they are now talking to IFA to rearrange the schedule so that they can show another extra 10 games because they are getting such good ratings. Even the small Patachakra or Taliganj, these small teams with small fan bases, even they are generating interest. People are watching those games. So all of that is falling into place. It's crazy.
I think Chiranjit, just one concern that what I'm thinking might happen. The teams are planning to close the gates 5 minutes before the kickoff happens. Now, wouldn't it be incorrect if there is someone who genuinely not able to make it on time just before kickoff? With a valid ticket in the hand is not allowed. So that will be a big issue. That's what I feel.
Yeah, well, he won't be able to see the match. That's the situation. But they had to take that step because otherwise it was becoming too chaotic. They could not literally could not let people in after a while. And you know what? There has been occasions when somebody bought a ticket and could not get in. The tickets are very cheap. They're like $10 each, but they are being sold in black.
Did I hear 10 rupees a ticket? Is that correct?
Yeah, 10 rupees.
What?
10 rupees. But yeah, it's 10 rupees. It's local league, dude. There are no stars playing. But you can't, I'm telling you, man, you cannot stand in the queue. The queue is so long, you buy it in black, and in black it's selling for 70, 80 rupees. Okay? And so they close the counter like half an hour before the game starts. The counter sells out and they close the counters. But there are still some people who are selling the tickets in black in inflated prices. And you can still get like 5 minutes, 10 minutes before the game, you can still get a ticket from them at a higher price. But you come to the gate and they have said like, oh no, we already sold everything, so we closed all the gates. So now you can't get in. So now you're stuck outside. It has happened to a lot of people. That's part of the reason why so many people got into scuffle with the police. But there is something actually being done, not by the club, but by a group of Mohun Bagan fans to address that as well.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if I should reveal this now. I've been hearing about this for a while. So this is subject to information. This is subject to clearance from police and army. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, they're going to get it soon. So what these guys are trying to do, and I'm only revealing this because other people have revealed it in other groups already. So the information is already out there. So I'm not
spill it.
Like breaking any promise by revealing this. Is that they may do a live screening outside the stadium.
Oh.
Okay, for all the like 3,000-4,000 people who could not get in but still turned up, they will be able to just watch the match on a big screen just outside the stadium. And the club is not doing this. This is being done by some fans on their own initiative.
But then again, it's only for the Mohun Bagan home games.
Yeah, this is for the Mohun Bagan home games. But East Bengal have not been getting as many fans as they were getting earlier. So there's been a ebb in that, which is surprising because they've been winning every game. Some other games are also getting good crowd. Like Mohammedan Sporting suddenly getting 17,000-18,000 people in Barasat. So they're selling tickets like crazy. So what this has done is that there's going to be huge amount of interest around the derbies. East Bengal versus Mohun Bagan versus Mohammedan Sporting, East Bengal versus Mohammedan Sporting. Those are going to be high pressure and high selling games. But Salt Lake Stadium is not available till after the Under-17 World Cup. So what they have decided is that the derbies are mostly going to happen in Kalyani, at least the ones involving Mohammedan Sporting. And there may not be any tickets sold for them. Like they won't even sell any tickets. Only the members of the club. Mohun Bagan has some 7,000-8,000 and Mohammedan Sporting has some 5,000-6,000. So only those members who hold a valid member card will be able to attend the match. A fan will not be able to buy a ticket or enter the stadium at all. So that's the price we're paying. They're trying to get Siliguri for the East Bengal Mohun Bagan game so that they can at least sell some tickets, like 20,000 tickets for the game. But there is some trouble brewing in Gorkhaland. So some of that boils over to Siliguri. So there is a huge security concern. There have been fan violence in the past. And on Sunday, the game may not be available on 24th September. So they're trying to get the game, the stadium booked on 23rd September. If that does not work out, again, they'll have to do it in Kalyani, where a non-member fan will not be able to go and attend the game. So that's where we are. There is like a high demand for tickets, but they just don't have the space to accommodate everybody. That's what's happening right now. So it's a good thing. And, Goa Pro League is going to be more popular this season because FC Goa are playing there. Mizoram Premier League started last night. Aizawl FC got held to a draw. Bethlehem won. Bethlehem went long. So, local leagues are doing well, suddenly.
Yeah, that's great to know about all these things, even though they might not hit the biggest of headlines. As it is, Indian football never gets the, what it deserves. But that's where we come in, and these are the things that somebody who's keenly interested in knowing about local leagues gets to know about everything. And moving our attention from the local league, we head to the I-League, where today is the last day when the bids can be submitted by those clubs who are intending to play in the I-League in the coming season. That's the 2017-18 season. And Chiranjit, any updates that some surprise elements have come up?
Surprise so far.
No surprises.
No surprise.
Anything from Mohammedan Sporting, because all of a sudden they seem to be in the news when the ISL topic came up. They showed quite a support to Mohun Bagan and East Bengal there. So any surprises from Kolkata?
Not really. We're not hearing anything about them coming in to the I-League. I don't think they want to play in the I-League by direct entry. Mm-hmm. If they can, they will try to win the second division league. The kind of signings they have done, it's good for second division, so they're going to be a title contender over there, and they will try to win their way up if that is possible even next season. But they don't want to spend a lot of money to play in I-League straight away, because I don't think it makes financial sense for them at the moment.
All right. So we'll see about that. We'll get you the news if we get to know about.
Some good news for, like, since as long as we're in Kolkata, some good news for ATK fans as well. They are getting the Salt Lake Stadium for their home matches. I'm a bit disappointed in East Bengal, because they're going to be using Salt Lake Stadium for all their home matches, it seems, as well. So it's going to be a logistical juggle for the organizers. For one day you'll be holding an ISL match, then you'll be holding an I-League match, so you'll have to change everything. But as long as they can pull it off. Mohun Bagan will also apply, but I think they'll just play the derby over there. Let's say derby, or the Lajong home game, or Aizawl FC home game, or Neroka home game. The games where there will be a good amount of away fans present, those are the ones which will probably be played in the Salt Lake Stadium. The rest, Mohun Bagan will play in Mohun Bagan ground. That's what we're hearing for now.
Okay.
So let's see how that turns out.
All right. So that's the news part from the I-League, and we will get to the news once we get to know the confirmation of which teams have been inducted into probably the last season of I-League. And moving our attention from I-League to ISL, there was one signing done by Mumbai City FC. He is a Cameroon midfielder. His name is Akil Emania. He comes from, he gets in a lot of experience. He has played in clubs in Mexico, Spain, UAE, Saudi Arabia, and even France. Chiranjit, quick thoughts on him?
Yeah, it's a good way to boost your team. Just getting somebody who has had. I think he's played in Europe, Latin America, as well as Asia in the past, and those are the kind of players who actually fire in a tournament like ISL. That they have played all over the world, so they have experienced different kinds of environment and different styles of football. So they are adaptable. They can come in and start firing on short notice. So that's good for Pune City. Let's just say this is a typical ISL signing. The typical, that is the new typical, not the typical that existed in 2014 or 15, when they always went for, like, he must have a Barcelona B in his resume or something like that. It's more utilitarian, which shows the evolution of ISL and the evolution of the ISL teams. You are no longer allowed to sign like 10 foreigners, so they cannot afford misses anymore. Like if they like before it was ki acha 10 liya but 2 nahi chala, no problem, you can make it up.
Yeah, and one of them is a good name to for the fans to look at, so it doesn't matter whether he performs or not.
Yeah. Some of them were like that. Let's just try to sell some tickets through a former, Manchester United academy product or एक दो FA Cup game खेला था. Some of those signings used to be like that, but they're not going for that anymore, which is good. We can see that ISL will be more competitive than ever this season. So
yes.
This is just following that trend.
Yeah, so he becomes the 7th foreigner in the squad of Mumbai City FC. We've already talked about the other 6.
But I'm just wondering about these signings. Just a passing thought, Kevin. Do you think Mumbai City have the same tenacity as last season?
I think
top of the table.
See, Mumbai City were known for the defense, and talking about defense, Goyan is back, so that makes it at least 10% sure of getting the same placement in your defense. That can bring the stability that they had last time. So that's one plus point, to have the players that have already played in the setup, to have them continue. So defensive wise, I am thinking they are quite okay. It's just that the goal scoring has to be there, because we've missed the news coming in from Forlan, so that makes it a bit dicey that he might not be coming back. So there might be a void left by him, because he was instrumental playing. His role was crucial for distributing the ball and having the ball with the team, so that the defense has lesser pressure. So in a way, I feel they're quite okay on the defensive side. But again, if you do not have somebody like a holding midfielder like Forlan, so you might just turn up, getting the defense under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
All right. So we mentioned at the start of the show about the Indian squad for Macau has been announced, and the highlight of that is 6 under-23 players will be heading to Macau. Chiranjit, isn't that a great news?
Yeah, obviously, and it was coming, right?
It was.
We saw some of them. We saw some of them get a chance to make debuts during the Tri-Series, and that is probably what we got out of that Tri-Series. Our ranking is going to tank a lot now because of that draw, because we played low-ranked teams. We are no longer going to be in the top 100. Even if we beat Macau, we won't be there.
Yeah.
But the Tri-Series served a utilitarian purpose, which was get the young players to get some senior national team experience, and that we have seen so many, 6 under-23 players, including Manveer and Javanpreet, everybody who made a mark in the under-23 qualifiers. Them getting that trust from the national team coach. That let's take you to Macau, which is a away match, crucial away match. It's an Asian Cup Qualifier. This is the one that we really have to win. So it just shows that the trust and the experiment Constantine was making is actually coming to fruition.
Yeah,
hopefully they get a lot of. Yeah.
So just a quick look at the squad there. Goalkeepers, Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, Subrata Paul makes his way back, and Albino Gomes, who has been picked up as the third choice keeper. Albino getting a chance is very unlikely, but then it's great to see him be there in the final squad.
We need Gurpreet out there. We need Gurpreet.
Yes,
there's no question about it.
So that's the 3 goalkeepers that Constantine has picked up. Defensively, we don't see too many changes except for Lal Roathara, who comes in, and also Narayan Das. These are the surprise entries. Apart from that, we have the usual suspects like Pritham Kotal, Sandesh, Jingan, Anas is there, Arnab Mondal, Salam Ranjan Singh, and Jerry. Jerry is making his way, he is one of the, at least he might not start, but then he is making his place right there in the final scores. That's a great news for us. Chiranjit, any thoughts about the defense there?
Yeah, it's pretty much what we expected, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is that some players were missing during that. Bengaluru FC had Asian commitments. So I don't think the defense was too much affected. It certainly wasn't as good as our regular defense. But yeah, we sort of need to go back to the basics. We need to get Anas and everybody who have been delivering for us to take care of this one, because look, we just have to win this one. There is no way around it.
Yes.
Anything below 3 points is not.
It's just throwing away the advantage that we have. Anything other than the win will really, put.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'll just put down the great work that we've done in the past 1.5 year. Really, we are at a peak right now.
Yeah, and so that's why we need the actual defensive stars to deliver in this game.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I feel it's more. It's more of a not too many experimentation type decision made by Constein there, because defense is something that you don't want to shuffle too much. That's the basic in football, that once your defenses are moved around a bit, because you see the least amount of substitution done in the defenses always, because that's the that's the basic part. And coming to the midfield, this is where everything gets interesting. Udanta Singh, Jackie Chan Singh and Eugene Singh Lindo along with Roland Borges is something that we've always expected. Here's the surprise. Anirudh Thapa. Anirudh Thapa, Nikhil Pujari, Jermanpreet Singh. This is good. This is something that we want to look forward. We want to see at least one of these guys get that game that they need. This is going to help them. Also, to I
hope India just score. Just to score 2 goals early on, then make 3 midfield changes. It's okay. We can take it then. We just need to get the job done before we bring in new substitutes in this game. I'm just a bit nervous for this game for some reason.
Yeah. So it's always the midfield that is always concerning me, because Lindo is doing a great job there, but he's not being helped too much. I'm talking about Roland Borges there. We need somebody to get in that full potential out of Lindo, rather than wanting to use that the great stuff that he has in him, that just goes to waste once he falls back and tries to get in with the defensive duties. We do not want that. And I did forget to mention...
But he's got the perfect opportunity to link up with Lindo, because his passing game and through balls are top-notch. So I in that regard, I really like the way he was doing. I think during the Tri-Series, he was given a sort of an awkward role, because they did not have some leader in the midfield, somebody who could really take charge like Hugginson about the attacking midfield. So he was sort of a bit confused, because he was having to just step up and come down a bit too more often than usual. I hope return of Hugginson sort of addresses that. And he's more aware of his duties. Like, okay, defensive midfield pe pehle karna hai. Swibs, I think about moving around too much or moving too far ahead. But yeah, as far as getting to Hugginson or Sunil through ball, that's him. He's gonna get the job done.
Yeah. So I just forgot to mention Halicharan Narzari, because he's always been there. But great to see him get a lot of game time in Tri-Series, and hopefully he gets some more in the coming game. And coming to the forward line, no surprises at all here, but for one, Balwant Singh, he's made it.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Made it. Balwant made a turn around. Balwant totally turned his entire career around.
Totally. But again, Constantine's dependence on Robin Singh, we can't call it dependence. But again, he is favorite over Balwant Singh.
There, but I don't know, man. I mean, Balwant scored that goal. He may just get a start, man. I don't know.
I hope he does, because he is quite capable of adding that firepower. Just look at that. What if India plays 4-3-3 and JJ, Sunil and Balwant Singh right on top? That is...
But then again, you have that situation that if JJ and Sunil are playing, and if we have Holicharan playing the left wing, and Sunil is playing that traditional, the entire number 10 thing, and is playing a bit ahead. So then we are definitely likely to see just JJ and Sunil linking up, and
it's the ideal, it's the ideal thing that we can wish for. But I'm sure this is not going to happen. We will most likely stick to that 4-4-2.
I don't know, man. I'm a bit fidgety about this game. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to think about what he might put out. I just want to get the team list in my hand and just not think about it. Okay, this is happening. Okay, let's get on with it. That's it.
All right. So we will get you more details from the Macau team, and we will preview once we are closer to the game. For today and for this week's episodes, that's a wrap for the TFG Indian Football Podcast. We will come back to you on Monday. But before that, do not forget to like, share, subscribe and comment if you're listening to us on YouTube. If you're listening to us on any of the podcasting apps, do make sure you spread the word, and also download IVM Podcast app that's available on Android and iOS. We will catch you guys next week. Till then, take care. Bye.
That was Tantrik Steve from Hansraj College, Delhi, performing at IIT Bombay's Mood Indigo. Just like them, there's a lot of new talent and art coming out of colleges all across India, but unfortunately most of this goes completely unnoticed or ignored. To fix this, we started atkt.in. Hi, I'm Ankur, I'm a musician and a rapper, and I found that one of the best things about being an artist myself is finding new talent. Through atkt.in, Tanya, my colleague who's a dancer, and our whole team really is putting all of our efforts into discovering and promoting all the coolest talent that's coming out of colleges all across India. And this goes up on our website, our social media, TV, radio, and now, of course, this podcast with IVM. Make sure you go to our website, support the talent with your likes, your shares, your comments. All of that really matters. Go ahead, check it out. atkt.in.
एक्सक्यूज मी भैया, एक्सक्यूज मी.
बोलिए मैडम.
मेन्यू में क्या है?
मेन्यू में सीन अनसीन है, पॉडकास्ट है, ऑन कोर्स है, साइरस है, मेड इन इंडिया, रीडिस्कवरी प्रोजेक्ट, एम्पावरिंग सीरीज, सेक्स वैक्स है, IVM लाइक्स है, सिंप्लीफाइड है, कीपिंग इट क्वियर है, टिंग्स एंड डेस्टिनेशंस है, माय नेबर सकरबर्ग है और द फैन गराज है. आपको क्या चाहिए?
एक बार रिपीट कर देंगे क्या?
रिपीट नहीं करता हम. आप जाओ IVMpodcast.com पे और सुनो ये सब, या फिर डाउनलोड करो उनका ऐप. सब आपकी उंगलियों पे.